funnily enough, we didn't have to go and buy it because she took it with her without telling me.
Oh,
I
right.
don't know if we can do this on the podcast, but in Kinder eggs.
Okay. Right. That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where were the
Yeah.
Kinder eggs?
Well, yeah, I mean, just use your imagination.
Bloody hell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Do you know when we do gigs, we used to go to Thailand, do gigs for expats, and of course
Yeah.
you do all the serious stuff, and you go to the sex clubs and all that. And there was a dancer, a kind of a Thai sex dancer or whatever, and she was dancing, and her backing music was Free Nelson Mandela, that tune, Free Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she had a clue what the song was about, and what an inappropriate
Yeah.
song to use for what you're doing.
Yeah. Unless one of the ping pong balls was called Nelson Mandela. And then it made sense. What is the next brilliant thing?
Well, the next brilliant thing I have is all-inclusive holidays.
Okay.
So I went on my very first all-inclusive holiday to Ibiza this year, and all-inclusive holidays, I don't even really go on holiday that much, or have even been on holiday that much. I've done lots of travelling, but I've never go on holidays as such since I was a kid, really. And I've done gigs on holiday resorts, quite fancy holiday resorts that were all inclusive, and sort of looked down on people that have decided that that's what they're going to do for their holiday: be on the resort, stay on the resort, stay by the pool, and all of that. But I've got a new girlfriend, and I'm trying to think of the context. She thinks I'm posh.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Is it
just
the
allow
Is it the
yourself,
pajamas?
allow that to sink in. She thinks I'm posh. Just trying to give you an idea of her cultural background. I mean, the word chav comes to mind, but in a positive sense. I think I want to try and
Duchess.
Yeah. Duchess is good. She calls me babe.
That's all right.
But she wanted to go on a holiday, so I said, wherever you want. And I was just assuming we might go to Greece or a Greek island. She went, oh, can we go all-inclusive, babe? And I thought, oh, God, I love this. This is... So we went to Ibiza because it was near, and also because, I don't know if you can allow this in. We both smoke weed. I don't know if you can allow this into the podcast.
Of course you can, yeah.
So Ibiza is a place where you think... Because if you smoke weed, there's no point going on holiday unless you've decided, right, you're not going to smoke weed. So if you drink, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So we thought, let's go somewhere where you can do that, and then
Yeah.
it's easier, or where you can even buy that or get that. So we went to Ibiza, and it's a short flight. And funnily enough, we didn't have to go and buy it because she took it with her without telling me.
Oh,
I
right.
don't know if we can do this on the podcast, but in Kinder eggs.
Okay. Right. That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where were the Kinder eggs?
Well, yeah, I mean, just use your imagination.
Bloody hell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
And she didn't tell me. And we got into the hotel room, and I said, right, tomorrow we'll go out, see if we can... She went, don't worry about that, babe.
Wow.
And
Thank God she
three
did.
Kinder eggs.
3 Kinder eggs.
3 Kinder eggs. And honestly, when I looked at it, when she did that, I thought, well, that's a keeper.
Yeah.
You're a keeper.
Yeah,
This is someone who can... So that's my girlfriend at the moment.
Yeah,
That's just an example of what she's like. So
Free Nelson Mandela.
yeah. So we go to this hotel. I had 4-star, I suppose it was. I don't know. And I've never. It was just the most luxurious, incredible, fantastic experience.
Yeah.
Where I didn't even leave the resort. I never thought I'd be someone who doesn't leave the resort.
I believe they call it a fly and flop.
Is there a name for that? I like that. That works.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
exactly what I did.
My wife said it recently. She just goes, because we've never really done that. And she was kind of, I just want to go on a holiday.
Well, there
where
you
we
are.
Fly and flop.
I've never done it. And it's fantastic. I'm going to do it. I've still got the wristband.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
That's the wristband.
What, you trying to get
All-inclusive.
free drinks?
All inclusive. Well, here, funnily
It's
enough.
that thing, you've just hold it up.
Funnily enough, I'm going to Ibiza to do gigs in June.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go back to resort and see if they've
See if
still
it
got the same
works.
colour.
Do you
See if
know-
they-
That might work.
So we spent, and also because we sat around the pool, and just that idea of just everything is being done for you.
Yeah.
Everything, and just breakfast, lunch, dinner, people waiting on you.
What are you doing? Are you in the sun? Are you listening to podcasts? Are you reading books? What
No,
are you doing?
they had a little bit of a sound system thing
Oh,
going
there
on
you
there where they were
go.
playing house music.
Oh,
And so we were just sitting by the pool having a little smoke
all right. Wow.
in lounges.
Ugh.
And I kept just getting into the pool every half an hour and having a few lengths. Oh, man. Wearing Crocs
Yeah.
as well. And I thought, so we're going to do it again. I'm doing it again. So I'm looking now at where to go next for an all-inclusive. I'm totally seduced by the all-inclusive culture. But what was funny is where we were, there was hardly any English people. It was
It's a big part of it.
Italians, French, Germans.
Oh, you've done very well.
Here's the problem. You don't know you're racist until you're in the final of a shooting competition with someone who's French, Italian, German, Russian.
Yeah.
Then you think, right, I can't let these people lose.
I tell you when I found out I was racist. When I was putting my son's cot together, I had a lot to say about the Swedes.
All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You really learn about that.
What I did is I also made out my name was Ronnie Cray, like one of the Cray brothers, because I realised when she was doing the shooting competition, she had to shout out the names of the contestants. And I got a great joy sitting at the side of the pool and hearing her go, Ronnie Cray, Ronnie Cray. There weren't enough English people in there for them to appreciate it, but I just loved it. And so we were having a little crafty, half-sensible smoke down by the pool. And then in the evenings they had entertainment. Like they had a Tom Jones tribute act. It was called Benidorm Tom.
Okay.
And so he tours.
But he's in Ibiza.
Well, he was in Ibiza then, yeah. So he was on tour on his international tour, doing Tom Jones.
And did you chat to any of the sort of performers?
Well, what happened is, I don't know if I can say this because it was two Kinder Eggs of weed and one of ease.
Yeah.
So we would take an E, go down to whatever the entertainment was. And I don't know if you've ever taken E's, but they usually go with beat music or house music so to be coming up on an E with a Tom Jones tribute act, mental, mental.
I was going to say
totally mental, but fantastic. I mean that's not all-inclusive holidays have that, of course. That we brought that to the holiday.
Yeah.
So this is not obviously this is talking about ecstasy being one of the fantastic things, but it was just a mad mashup to be in that zone watching Tom Jones. They had some Mongolian acrobats as well.
Wow.
Yeah, that was mad. Yeah.
What
every night they had sort of international cabaret.
Yeah.
But they weren't the best cabaret acts you could ever get. You see, so that was what was funny about it.
But if you got a bit of weed and MDMA,
just everything was just fantastic.
How long have you been going out with that?
Well, it's about a year and a half now.
Okay. Where did you meet?
Well, she works as a security guard in Canary Wharf, and I was going from one gig to up the creek, and as I walked through, I got a bit lost and said, "Can you tell me where the DLR is?" And she walked me along, and that's when we met.
Wow,
it's a mad one, yeah.
Isn't that funny?
So I'm not good on apps, So I was single at that time, but I'm not good on apps. I can't imagine myself on a dating app.
Yeah,
but I'm good in the street.
Yeah.
Bus stops, libraries. Laundrette. That's where I can weave my magic, Russ.
I love it.
Right? And honestly, and I met her. Well, actually, what happened is I had a really duff gig, had a flat gig. Walking away from that gig, what could I have done to make that? But on stage, I was blaming the audience. But afterwards, I always think, what could I have done? What was it I didn't do? Met this woman. I felt like I was 30 years old. I'm going, all right, darling, what's your phone number? And I thought, what's happening to me? So then I went to Up the Creek, and when I got to that's what was missing. I didn't have that charm that she had imbued me with this kind of vibe. And I've been So
how did you? What did you get her number there and then?
I took her number.
Wow.
But let me just tell you, it wasn't like young people swapping numbers.
I love this is in between gigs as well, so people are, where the fuck's Jeff?
Yeah.
He's close to
get a bit of paper because I couldn't work out to do it on the phone. So she's 55, which is not that old, but it was an old people's phone number exchange. It took ages. Hold on, what's that? Hold on, write that down again. But we took numbers. I didn't speak to her, didn't phone her for about a year. Then I was on the tour, and I saw that she lived in Cambridge, and I said, I'm doing a gig in Cambridge. I don't know if you remember me. And then she came to the gig, and she's been my girlfriend ever since, and she's fantastic. It's like a whole new cultural world for me. I'm working class, but it's like tower block, it's like no ironing board, ironing on a work surface on a towel. It's all that, it's all that stuff that's like, it's almost like a foreign, going out with a foreign, it's like having a Thai bride. And the whole world is so different from mine.
Yeah.
And I'm loving every minute of it.
And is that because you go all in, don't you?
What in with everything?
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
would
I
sort
do.
of say
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
you kind of like you go right, this is this phase, this is that.
Yeah,
phase.
I think you're right. I mean, maybe not consciously make that decision, but do that if when it comes up. And I've entered into it, and she comes to all the gigs, and
Oh, great.
she laughs at everything all the time, and loves the gigs, and I really like having her around. It's great. She's like a mate and a girlfriend, and she's a bit wild.
Yeah.
I think what it is
And she's got sensational
I need
capacity.
someone. And she's what? She's what? Yeah.
She's got sensational
Her Easter
capacity.
eggs.
Yeah, yeah.
Her Kinder eggs are very different.
Yeah, I was going to say, how was your Easter?
Yeah, that was a surprise. Yeah. What a surprise!